Hi, Mr. Calix here from Math Magicians. We will continue with our physics course. Today we're going to see vector operations practice problems, video 2 of 3. First exercise says, an arrow is shot from a bow at an angle of 25 degrees above the horizontal with an initial speed of 45 meters per second. Okay, so first thing we're going to do is that we're going to make our drawing. It says that the arrow is shot from the horizontal at an angle of 25 degrees. This is for better understanding. We have our drawing here. This is 45 meters per second, and the angle says that is 25 degrees. Once we have this, it says find the horizontal, that would be your x value, and your vertical components, y value, of the arrow's initial velocity. So to solve this, we're going to use trigonometric ratios. Since we already know that when the components are given, we use tangent. When the components are not given, or you're looking for the components, you use sine and cosine. Cosine of the angle is equal to, in this case, the angle is 25, so cosine of the angle is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, is equal to x over 45 meters per second. Since we know that the angle is 25, we can substitute cosine of 25 is equal to x over 45 meters per second. We send the 45 meters per second to the other side as a multiplication. Cosine of 25 is times 45 meters per second is equal to the x component or the horizontal component. This was to isolate x. Once you have this, you substitute in your calculators or multiply in your calculator. You're going to have that your answer is 40.7. We're going to round it with two significant figures to 41 meters per second. This is my horizontal component. Now the vertical component. The vertical component, since we already used cosine, we're going to use sine of the angle. We know that it's 25 is equal to the opposite. The opposite is y over the hypotenuse, that is the opposite of the right angle, in this case 45 meters per second. We send the 45 meters per second to this side as a multiplication. Sine of 25 multiplies 45 meters per second is equal to my vertical component. So the vertical component would be, once you substitute in your calculator, 19 meters per second using two significant figures. Let's continue with the next exercise. The next exercise says a truck drives up a hill with a 15-degree incline. If the truck has a constant speed of 22 meters per second, 22 meters per second is the constant speed and 15 degrees is the angle. What are the horizontal and vertical components? We're looking for the same thing. Since we already know that horizontal and vertical components, horizontal when the angle is given here with the horizontal, the component you find it by using cosine. So we can say that cosine of the angle 15 is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. It will be equal to x over 22 meters per second. Operation is the same. This here moves to the other side doing the inverse or multiplying. Cosine of 15 degrees multiplies 22 meters per second equals x. Once we have this, we multiply these two numbers in our calculators. It says that x is equal to 21 meters per second. Now let's find our vertical component. Since we already know that the vertical component, we're going to send the 22 to multiply, we can just say sine of 15 degrees multiplies the 22 meters per second. Y is equal to, we multiply this in our calculators, it will be 5.7 meters per second. And there you have your two components. Let's continue with the next type of exercise. It says, what are the horizontal and vertical components of a cat displacement when the cat has climbed 5 meters directly up a tree? So the cat is moving 5 meters directly up a tree. That means that your triangle has to be formed this way. And as you can see, you don't have any x component because the cat is not moving horizontally, just vertically. That means that the cat's component in x would be 0 and the y component of the cat would be what he traveled. And what did the cat travel? The cat traveled in y 5 meters. And what did it travel in x? 0 meters. And those are your answers. Thank you for watching. Don't forget, physics is life.